Well,
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist? You were talking about corny dogs last week. You got short-term 2 weeks ago. Now you forgot.
I'm trying to show love to the HOT fair.
She's trying to keep it local. Keep it local.
We'll keep it local, Matt. I mean, obviously, you were talking about that moon, that brightness. Yeah. I mean, what is that all about? You were talking to us about it.
Yeah, so we're dealing with what's called a supermoon right now. So I want to start off. We're going to talk some astronomy for a couple of minutes here. But first, I just want to break a quick myth here, or bust a quick myth here, as a show on the Discovery Channel used to do. Supermoons are not significantly larger. So when you look up in the sky and you expect to see the big moon, yeah, it's not going to happen unless you're watching like Bruce Almighty or something, one of those movies where they make these giant moons. No, for us, again, it's about 14% larger, which is not really something that you're going to notice. What you definitely notice with a supermoon is that it's 30% brighter than normal, and it is definitely brighter. If you step outside, you can absolutely tell. So a little bit about what a supermoon is. It just is when the full moon happens to coincide with what's called perigee, and that is just the moon's closest pass to Earth in its orbital path. So that's what's happening right now. That's why it's a little bit brighter, a little bit larger. It's October, and when you're in October, that full moon has a special name. It's called the harvest moon. It's called the harvest moon because it falls very close to the autumnal equinox, and so farmers, back before we had these things called light bulbs, had to use the light of the moon to kind of help get them through the rest of their harvesting process before the frost set in. So for what we have tonight, since it's a supermoon and it's a harvest moon, let's just call it a super harvest moon. So there's your minute on astronomy here on this Monday night. Let's get to the weather though. Again, it's still pretty balmy outside. If you step outside, you can feel some of that humidity. We're still between about 73 and 80 degrees across central Texas, a little bit warmer right now in Hearn and College Station. There is nothing going on up above us other than that supermoon. No clouds, maybe some passing cirrus clouds here or there, but nothing that's going to block your view of anything, and definitely no rain. We had a 10% chance today. But again, I really don't like talking about 10% chances because they don't verify about 90% of the time. All right, let's take a look at this because we do have some changes to talk about. Notice it's 59 in Amarillo right now compared to the rest of the state sitting right around 80 degrees. That's because there is a cold front hanging out right now in the Panhandle. That is going to start pushing its way towards central Texas tomorrow. I am going to preface this entire conversation by saying it is not going to impact our temperatures tomorrow afternoon. We're still going to be around 90 tomorrow. What it could do, though, is bring us a slightly better chance of rain than what we saw today. As it gets closer and closer through the afternoon, the cold front combined with some daytime heating could pop up an isolated stray shower or two across central Texas. You can see here the coverage is not going to be great. So if you see one, consider yourself lucky and understand we're not really expecting any thunderstorm activity, and we're also not really expecting measurable rainfall. Just a couple of quick passing showers are possible. Wednesday, that cold front's going to move into South Texas. That takes any of that rain chance with it down towards the Gulf Coast and the coastal plains, and we are just going to be left with dry weather basically for the rest of the week. So if we're going to see rain this week, it's going to be tomorrow, and it's not going to be very widespread. It is called a cold front. That is technically what they are called. However, it is not going to do anything to our temperatures. We're still going to be in the upper 80s, lower 90s. The one good thing is it'll bring some dry air back in, so maybe we'll get those overnight lows back around 60, but we're still right around 90 each afternoon. And remember, to keep up with your changing forecast, you can download our 6 Plus app. It's free. It's on your smart TV.